Le secrétaire est parti.
Ouais, ce poltron s'est déjà enfui. L'URSS est proche de la chute, camarade.
C'est pourquoi il faut faire vite. Général, s'il vous plaît.
Par ici! Qu'est-ce que c'est? Une sorte de plan de secours?
Pas du tout. Mais il y a 12 mois, on m'a confié la gestion d'un grand projet top secret.
Quoi qu'il en soit, il est trop tard.
Sauf votre respect, général, vous avez tort. Après vous. Car voyez-vous, le temps est de notre côté.
Non, 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 impossible. Le dispositif n'est pas prêt. Nous ne savons même pas s'il fonctionne. Vous parlez de quoi? Ma machine temporelle.
Veuillez me préparer ces coordonnées.
Non, je vous en prie. S'il vous plaît.
Maintenant!
Monsieur, non, 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 je vous en prie. Non. Oh, pitié, non.
Allez!
Ah, très bien.
C'est une blague ou quoi?
Venez avec moi, général. Un nouvel ordre mondial nous attend! Venez!
Non, non, n'y touchez pas. Il faut éviter à tout prix de perturber le continuum espace-temps.
Mais où sommes-nous?
À Bruxelles, en 1927,
En 1927.
à la conférence scientifique de Solvay.
En conclusion, mes amis,
C'est qui? Einstein?
Oui, docteur. Je vous présente l'homme responsable de la supériorité technologique de notre ennemi. L'homme qui les a rendus invincibles.
Et que comptez-vous faire?
Messieurs,
Docteur,
je ne comprends toujours pas.
Nous avons altéré le passé, donc changé le présent.
Ah, bienvenue, monsieur. J'ai les rapports sur le front que vous m'avez demandé.
Merci. Dites-moi ce qui se passe.
Oh, je suis désolée, général. Je m'adressais au secrétaire Cherdenko. Les Alliés ont pris la fuite. Nous serons bientôt maîtres de l'Europe de l'Ouest.
vous entendez, général? Nos ennemis ne sont plus une menace.
Attendez, monsieur. Je viens de recevoir une transmission d'urgence de notre base du Nord.
Ils attaquent! Ils sont trop nombreux! Il faut évacuer!
Mais qui attaque?
La machine de guerre de l'Empire s'est mise en marche. Il est inutile de résister à l'inéluctable. Tous ceux qui oseront s'opposer à notre destinée divine seront balayés par la marche de l'histoire. Alors, prosternez-vous devant nous, ou bien renoncez à la vie.
Monsieur, il semblerait que l'Empire prépare une action d'envergure.
Mais quel empire?
L'Empire du Soleil Levant, évidemment.
Ça veut dire que maintenant nous avons deux ennemis?
Il faut utiliser notre force nucléaire. Qu'on les détruise tous!
Comment, mon général?
Nos bombes atomiques? Nos armes nucléaires?
Vous ne comprenez donc rien sans Einstein. Le nucléaire ne peut pas exister puisque nous avons modifié l'espace-temps. Oh, quel monde cauchemardesque avons-nous donc créé?
Of the rising sun has risen. The Western barbarians will bow before us.
Well, Red Alert 3 is really a fantastic story. You know, I think it's really fantastic when a game has all that gameplay, but there really is a dramatic story weaving through it, and we really have one. The writers really spent a lot of time developing this story.
That was a win-win for everyone, Commander. Well, not the Reds. For them, it was more of a lose-lose.
It basically is a story where the Russian faction goes back in time, takes Einstein out, and that changes the history of the world, so that there are now 3 factions in the world: the Soviet faction, the Allied faction, and the Imperial faction. They are fighting for control of the world.
President Ackerman is very self-assured, smug, some might say, and about as extreme a hawk as you're likely to find.
Bullpucky! You know those Russians can't be trusted. They hate everything we stand for. Freedom, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, apple pie. Did I say freedom?
President Ackerman is not particularly open-minded about any kind of potential partnership with the commies, as he calls them.
You ready to send those commies running back to their mommies?
Field Marshal Bingham is an ally of President Ackerman and of the United States, and there are times when they will butt heads, one time notably, but for most of the game, they're staunch allies.
I'll tell you what, Bingham, I like this new commander. Let's send him to France so he can kick a little more commie butt.
Actually, sir, I was considering that very possibility.
Field Marshal Bingham is very much the old school military. He's a bit like characters that you used to see in Second World War films with a stiff upper lip. And he's very honest, very trustworthy, and is, I think, a little suspicious of the motives of the American president.
The leaders of all the other allied nations already agreed.
Not me. Not the U.S. of by God, eh? You're making a very big mistake, my friend. You mark my words.
Commander Warren Fuller is basically the commander that works with the gamer as in charge of the Allied forces who will fight against the Soviets and the Empire of the Rising Sun and everybody else in the game.
This won't be the last time we meet, and next time your general won't be there to rescue you.
My character is Lisette. She's a commander for the Allies, and you can choose her to play with you. And she's kind of sassy. You know, she has her own little thing going on. She doesn't look tough, but she can kick some ass.
Well, that's a relief. When I heard you guys were coming, I thought it was going to be a tough fight.
One of the people you're going to love is Gemma Atkinson, who plays a wonderful role in this. She's one of the most beautiful women you'll ever see.
Your job is here, on dry land. And be on the lookout, sir. They know you're here.
Yeah, my character is called Eva, and she's an Allied military briefer. She basically appears to be very straight, very kind of, you know, clued up.
The free world is now in your hands.
But in actual fact, she has a soft spot for the commander, and she has a bit of a problem with Tanya, played by Jenny McCarthy. I think there's a bit of rivalry going on because they both kind of want the commander's attention.
I'm glad to see you made it back in one piece, Commander. Excellent job.
You can flirt with the commander later, Lieutenant. Right now, we have a job to do. The character I play is Tanya, and she is a bit of a badass. Maybe not even a bit. She's a lot of a badass. She can kill a man 15 different ways with her bare hands.
So a word of advice, don't get on her bad side.
You know, I'll tell you the scene that I'm excited to do. There's an interrogation scene where I kind of get busted a little bit from my commander and lieutenant while I'm trying to interrogate Sergei to find out where the headquarters are. I've never really done a scene where I've actually almost hurt somebody, so I'm excited to try to get information out of him. That you're gonna have to do on your own.
Jenny's my rival in Red Alert 3, and yes, I think I could probably take her in an MMA fight without a problem, and I'd probably just, you know, put her to sleep with a nice chokehold or something, just to make sure it's not too painful, because she seems like a pretty sweet person.
I hope you were satisfied with Natasha's contribution on the battlefield. She's one of our finest.
Cherdenko, the character that I play, is a soldier, but he's also a politician, and he's a great maneuverer. And for several years, he's been working on a secret project, which is in fact a time machine.
No, sir. 12 months ago, I was put in charge of a top-secret project.
And things get so bad that he coerces, really, General Krukov to taking a trip in the time machine to Brussels in 1927.
This war should never have happened. We went back in time to save ourselves and everything changed.
Peter Stormare is out of his mind. I mean, you could commit him tomorrow. He's very funny, and perfect casting for a mad scientist, actually, because his instincts are, I think you could say, insane.
Commander, this is Dr. Gregor Zelensky, possibly the greatest scientific mind of our time.
Oh, no, that was another. Far great.
Well, he's working for the government, and he has a pretty good salary. I presume he's a loner, and he's devoted to his job. And he is determined to do good in this world, but working for the military, sometimes his inventions and his cleverness is being misused.
Prepare these coordinates.
No, please, please.
Now!
Sir, no!
One of the rules of the space-time continuum, in which you travel in space, in time, is that you mustn't touch anything or anyone, because it turns to chronodust.
Not touch nothing. We mustn't do anything to disrupt space-time continuum.
And I think he is a decent scientist who wants to do better and to create something better for this world. But as any scientist with talent, he is a little bit, you know, loony as well.
Working with Peter Stormare and Tim Curry has been wonderful. Oftentimes I find myself watching them and watching their characters come through.
Whatever it is too late.
Time is on our side.
And of course, if you control time, you can control essentially what you do and how much power you have over it.
And in one stroke, we've wiped out nuclear technology because it just won't exist. So we're going back to a very, very different world. And he thinks triumphantly to a new world order, but unfortunately, through the time-space continuum, there is a huge new enemy, which is the Empire of the Rising Sun.
They're attacking! There are too many! We have to evacuate!
Who is attacking?
The Imperial war machine has been unleashed. Do not struggle against what is inevitable.
The Empire of the Rising Sun has risen.
Well, Emperor Yoshiro is a powerful leader. And he's also very traditional. He believes in, it's a very Japanese philosophy, that tradition is important, that there are forces that predetermine what the future is going to be.
They will not resist, my son. Not after seeing our crushing of the Soviets.
But, Father, we have intelligence from my spy, deep within Allied Command. They are planning an attack at our base.
The conflict is with a generation that doesn't necessarily subscribe to that view of life, that philosophy.
Thank you, Commander. You have honored your ancestors and defeated our enemies.
Working with George Takei was awesome. I mean, growing up, I was a Trekkie fan, so being able to work with Sulu and is awesome, and he's a great guy. I'm playing General Tatsu. He's the son of Emperor Yoshio. He is a bit more of a rebellious type in the game, I guess, and he definitely will resort to violence or warring before his father would.
Commander, allow me to introduce to you our Chief Logistical Officer, Miss Suki Toyama.
It is an honor. The Toyama family has served the Emperor for 10 generations. My character is kind of interesting because she's very fun and cute and sadistic, if you could put all those words together. And she takes great pleasure in conquering the opposition and watching people get maimed and killed. And yeah, just your average everyday girl.
General, Your Highness, we are intercepting a flood of transmissions between the Allies and the Soviets. They are assembling a joint task force to attack our mainland.
Soviets and Allies together?
Red Alert 3 is about the most colorful game this team's done. From Battle for Middle-earth to Command & Conquer 3 and now this one, we've definitely gotten brighter and more saturated and more colorful this time. The process for our cinematics involves a lot of different people on the team. It's not just the cinematics guys who are, you know, directing and shooting and editing and providing the audio and all of that, but it really starts from design and design coming up with the locations and the settings and what's the story that needs to take place in those cinematics. And then from there it goes to art, and we start creating costumes for those characters and sets for them to tell their story in. And all that has to happen before it gets into the hands of the cinematics guys who really put it down on tape or on a hard drive, as the case may be.
So it started out where do some quick sketches and made cardboard models, and on there you're able to show the stages. We knew we would have probably 2 stages. So all the sets, and in this case we had 11 sets. Now on Command & Conquer 3, we had 3 large sets and probably 6 small little entities that we were shooting with green screen. And this was amazing. When you put the cardboard models out, you really, and you colorize certain parts of the model, you're really able to see the game ahead of time. Because what it does for them is they're able to see where these segments with the actors are going to fit in into their, you know, their CG world.
We have a shot then, looking this way at them, where they come to the door. We can have a technician open the door if we want, or they open it.
What we do is we have to translate it for camera. We have to make it work for what they're going to be shooting technically. So it has to work for the camera to move and to dolly. We knew we wanted different areas to use and not just be stuck looking into the set. So we knew he'd be with his son, the Emperor would be with Tatsu. So we created, even using the shoji screen, for example, we played it initially that you're inside, you know, looking at the whole room. We played him standing in front. And then later we were able to make it look like an exterior part, like you were on the other side of the shoji screen, by bringing in reeded outdoor, you know, bamboo screens. We put out bonsai plants. We had a fan going for the little bristling leaves, and you really felt like you were sitting outside.
My favorite set is definitely the Premier's office, where Tim Curry has all of his scenes. Because of the color palette that we have for the Soviet faction, that was really the place where we got to have some fun. There's a great big red Soviet symbol done on the floor, big red phone, another big red Soviet symbol on the wall, big portrait of Lenin, and that all ties in with just these over-the-top outfits with, you know, big red and gold epaulets and stuff. That's the set really where I felt we were able to do the most.
This was fun for me because I felt there was a lot more detail to deal with and a lot more fun things, you know, to try and find. Hollow, so it makes for, because we actually, especially for this part, to move easily too. We couldn't add a lot of weight to it, so putting a lot of big, heavy, you know, real books would definitely change the factor in that.
Even though when you look at it here in the studio, they just look like freestanding columns. They're not even attached. When you see this on camera, this will give you the feeling that this space is double the size. You'll feel like there's a whole other half of this room that exists. And that goes into the set dressing that John did, the scale.
At some point during the production meeting, they did mention it'd be fun to have a bear of some sort. And at first I was looking for a full life-size, you know, taxidermy bear, but I walked into a place called House of Props, and there this fellow was. And I thought it'd be perfect, and I thought it'd be a perfect place on the Premier's desk.
Welcome back, General.
There's a point in one scene where Tim Curry opens up a statue, and the button for his secret elevator is hidden inside the neck of the statue of Lenin. And that's a direct homage to the old TV series that I used to watch as a kid.
When we did this, we also had to do a lot of special effects in this set. For example, you know, we have the hidden, you know, the elevator, a bookcase, you press Lenin's bust head, you open it back, you press a button, it releases this humongous bookcase, and the next thing you know, you have this antique elevator that takes you to the basement. where of course you have your time machine. Now that's, you have to make it all look seamless, like, okay, this is how it works.
When the gamer is playing the game, you don't want to hit him with a lot of details, him or her, and that you don't want them to think about the set too much, as far as the details. You just want to present, an effect for their game playing, that it's there, and they basically get the idea of what we're trying to present as far as where they are. We want to, make them, since it's the Russians and has to do with the Soviets, we want them to feel like, yeah, this could be the Kremlin, the inside of the Kremlin. So you have to present some of those elements that would give that flavor, give that feel.
The team put a ton of effort into Red Alert 3, and I think of all the RTS games that I've worked on so far, this is the one I'm the most proud of. And really it just comes down to how fun is it to play. And, it's kind of like picking out which one of your children is your favorite, but I think I got to say Red Alert 3 is my favorite. Of everything we've done, this is the game I most enjoy playing.
Being a part of Red Alert 3 has just been awesome, and I'm super excited to see the end result and see it all put together. I'm really excited to have this new fan base, and I think this is the start of like a whole relationship between me and video games. Actually, I'm super stoked on it, man.
I wish there would be more games in this category. And I think the more the video game evolves all the time, and I think people will demand more, and they will demand some more depth, not just superficial video games. And here you have one example. I'm happy to be part of it.
And there's over an hour's worth of cinematics in this game, so it's like a feature interwoven with a game. We took a lot of pride in really writing a great story and making it interesting and casting it with really good people.
The whole set and the costumes and, the direction we've been given, it is really fantastic, and I think it's going to be, an amazing final product.
The Empire is balanced in body, mind, and determination. When we strike, you will fall, just like this fool. Who is this fool? Where is this fool?
Hi, I'm Jenny McCarthy on set of Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. You're watching...
You're watching what?
Battlecast Prime Time. Well, that doesn't roll off my tongue.
Hi, I'm George Takei, and you're watching Battlecast.
Good luck saying no to...
None of you have the guts to do what needs to be done, so I'm going to wipe out those...
Are you happy as you can be? 'Cause I am like a buzzing bee.
I'm a little bee. I can sting you.
Okay, words. But my mother was a good Charleston dancer, and I thought that looked so funny, all this. And particularly my mother in her 40s and 50s doing this.
Red Alert, number 3. Oh, sorry.
Battle Bearers?
Yeah.
Bearers, B-E-A-R.
Yep. Battle Bears.
Pardon?
Battle Bears?
Thank you. Battle Bears.
Battle Bear. What is it? Is it like a new form of chewy snack?
Battle Bears.
Am I excited about them? Do I want to eat them?
Man can?
Man cannon.
Oh, man. Man cannon.
Man cannon. Really? Let's try that again.
Conquer is like a really weird word. It's like fork. Okay, Eye of the Tiger.
Again.
Oh, I'm saying it? Oh, I'm saying I thought I was giving the Eye of the Tiger.
And you were, and I got that.
Did you guys get the Eye of the Tiger? I was like envisioning tigers.
No, absolutely.
On Red Alert, Conquer and Command something?
Okay. I'm sorry, it's like cracking me up right now.
I think my husband at the time would have really enjoyed it because all he got while he was playing was me screaming in his ear, "Just find a weapon!"
Once it is fully powered, its armaments.
All right, here we go. Back to one.
Blah.
Following. All right.
Perfect. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, yes. Fantastic.
In Mother Russia. Okay. I'm a Russian.
Get rid of the second Soviet in the script.
Yeah, she can.
There you go.
Those boys need to learn how to fight more like me.
This is Randy Couture on the set of Command and Conquer 3. This is Randy Couture on the set of Red Alert. This is Randy Couture on... Let's see how many different ways we can say that.
We're arm wrestling?
What do you say here? On the mark, get set, go.
Everyone wanted to take a shot at Randy.
Is that all you got?
Come on, go!
Yeah, thanks.
We can get her! You cheats! Cheats.
It goes on and on. You started me. You didn't know where the stop button was.
The last thing we need to see.